All right, everyone, welcome back for another episode of Steaks with Mates. I'm your host, health coach Joff, and today I'm joined by Jin. He's from Korea, he's a chef, and welcome aboard for this episode. Thank you for taking your time of your day to come and speak with me and, share your story with others. So, how are you, man?
I'm good, Ray. Thank you. I'm really glad to be here. Thank you for inviting me.
It's my absolute pleasure. Just a quick introduction. I've been following Jin for some time on social media. I think it's great to see more Asians in the sort of keto carnivore space so that we can break these barriers in our own communities. And I'm sure you've got a story to tell, so I'm just going to let you go ahead and, tell us a little bit about yourself. So, yes, take it away, man.
Yeah, so I'm Jin from South Korea. I've been doing like a keto or carnivore about 5 to 6 years. So it's been quite a while. But it was a difficult journey. What is right, what is wrong? Because there are a lot of information that confuses us, right? So I started keto because of my brain fog. I didn't have a lot of big issues, mostly brain fog, and I think I had a candida overgrowth. I never got diagnosed, but I think I had a candida overgrowth because I had an athletic foot on my right foot as well. So, I was like searching through. I wanted to have a really clear mentality, as if I have a light bulb above my head all the time. But in the morning, I take a good sleep, 8 hours. But in the morning, I'm still tired. It doesn't make any sense, and I'm just questioning myself why I'm so tired. I couldn't do anything, and I was researching, and somehow on YouTube I found ketogenic diet. Okay, what is this? I was searching through the videos, and at first it didn't make sense because I thought that carbohydrate was essential. Without carb, I die. My brain doesn't function. But watching those videos and scientific data. Oh, so it looks like a lot of people doing it. So, I'm going to hop on it. It looks like a lot of people have a good, mental clarity. So I just started without much knowledge right off the bat. But that caused me a lot of side effect because I didn't have much information, and I started the diet overnight. It caused me some diarrhea, vomiting, stomach pain. And also I had, during ketogenic diet, I didn't have an oxalate dumping issue, but when I started carnivore diet, like probably a month later, I started having an oxalate dumping issue. So that's why I'm not doing a strict carnivore diet, because even 5 years now, I still, actually a couple days ago, I had an oxalate dumping issue. So I had to drink some black tea, things like that. And then my brain fog and the symptoms just lowered a little bit. Yeah. So that's how I started. Like I didn't have a big issue, luckily, but mainly a brain fog. But it helped me a lot. So I can't think about going back to eating normal food, and feel like I'm tired all the time. I can't even focus. I need caffeine all the time. I just can't go back.
That's amazing, man. I think the brain fog is something that not a lot of people understand very well because they're so used to it. Is this something that was an issue when you were working a lot? I can imagine being busy and sometimes fatigue. Did you always used to get a lot of brain fog as a chef?
Not all the time, because especially chefs work late night. Right? So we wake up late, and in the morning, if let's say I wake up and if I just do some movement, little exercise, I feel better, like less brain fog. But I stay indoor trying to study or something like that. I can't do anything. Like I just lie down in my bed and I'm trying to sleep because I'm tired, but I can't fall asleep. Just like I was struggling so much with this. Especially it happened to me when I was early 20, because early 20 I was working at a cafe. So cafe, they have donuts, the cookies for free. As a young kid for free. It's like I ate it every single day. I think that was the worst time, like worst brain fog I ever had. Like when I was working at a cafe. Yeah.
Crazy.
And then
crazy.
and during work, it's okay because you're moving, you have a like cortisol spike, whatever. But middle of a sudden, you're it hits like I'm so tired. Like I need to crash. I need to sleep. Like middle of the working hours. But now,
Wow.
like I don't really have that much.
Crazy, right? It's crazy because you're right. You always thought that carbohydrates, and I always believed that carbs were essential.
Yes.
Not even from my medical training, but from my culture. I don't know what it's like. Actually, I think I know what it's like in Korea. Oh, you have to eat rice and veggies.
Yeah.
It's the same in the Philippines. It's always about you need rice for energy.
Yes.
But it's so funny that that turned out to be quite wrong, because I don't know if you experienced it, man, but how's your energy since going keto or carnivore?
My energy level is very steady. Steady. Yeah. But the thing is, because sometimes when I had a candida overgrowth, even if I eat carnivore, I would have a little bit of brain fog, because of something going on in my gut. But if I compare, with the Western standard or Asian standard, heavy amount of rice or a lot of sugar, I just can't compare, because I know the difference now. I thought that was normal, now so it's impossible to go back because I know the difference,
Yeah.
But
yeah.
I guess I became a lot healthy during traveling Vietnam. I was eating like banh mi, like other stuff, even carb. But I felt okay actually, most of the times. I think that's the signs that I got healthier.
Yeah. That was 5 years ago you started. So that was like when things started to really, hit the internet. Like, so you
Yes.
would have watched like Dr. Sean Baker. Who else?
Yeah,
was
that's
in it?
that's how I started carnivore. But before that, I watched Eric Berg, but that was a
Yep,
little bit
yep.
of problem, because of 7 cups of vegetables.
Yeah.
That
But it
got
was the
me.
start.
Yeah, that was a start. Yeah, that was a start.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I was eating too much nuts and a little bit too much vegetables. That was the problem. So 1 year of eating high oxidative foods, and I'm suffering for 5-6 years. Yeah.
Oh man, you know what?
It's not.
You just that really clicks in with me, because I did the high oxalate stuff as well, and sorry, I cut you off. You were going to talk about oxalate dumping.
Yeah, but the worst symptoms was rhinitis. I used to have a seasonal rhinitis problem, but
Yeah.
during oxalate dumping, and years ago I didn't know what it was but I kept on like carnivore diet. All I had to do is just ingesting a little bit of oxalate food, right? But I didn't know it, so I was just went through. I couldn't breathe at all.
Yeah.
And
It's very
crazy.
tough. I know, and it's hard because it's not common. People don't know about it. I don't know any of my friends or family that even know what oxalates are.
No, not at all. Lately I post on my Instagram that do not like the oxalates are dangerous. There are comments. Oh, I thought that on media the almond says that it's the healthiest food in the world, like number one.
Yeah. Crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy. So take us through, man. So you went, you did the carnivore diet, and you experienced your health benefits. But what did people around you feel about this? Because this is out of the norm for a lot of people.
Yeah.
So
Actually,
how did people? Yeah, sorry. Go
There's
on.
a funny story. Before I started keto diet, one of my friend, which is he's from Sweden, he was doing keto diet, and I see his plates no carbs. I'm like, this guy's crazy. He said this is right before I started keto. I was like, that's crazy. You must eat carbs, and now I'm doing it anyway. Around my friends, so around my friends, but they're not gonna give up like carbs and anything like that. But they understand the animal food is very important, nutritious. Vegetables are not healthy, so they take advice. So they try to eat more meat, and then they actually have experienced that when they lower the carbs, they lose weight really, really easily. I was like, one of my friends, they had a big belly, And then, I told him just do not eat too much rice or anything like the carbs, and then eat more meat, fat, that you will lose weight naturally. Yeah, months later, it just was gone. But now they're gaining back again because of their eating habits. Yeah.
Yeah.
But that important thing is but they experience, they know it now. They know it. That's better. That matters, right?
That, absolutely. Yeah. Once you try it and you experience the benefits, it's like, oh, now I know.
Yeah.
If I eat something, if I go off the diet, it's gonna hit you hard. Yeah.
Yeah. And the hardest part is convincing my parents, because my father is a type 2 diabetic patient. He has a lot of issues like rheumatoid arthritis, and he does not understand why. I tell him do not eat a lot of vegetables, especially oxalate, vegetables. But he doesn't understand why I have pain, and he's telling me sometimes when he's not eating for a little while, which is fasting, he says that, oh, my pain's a little bit released. That's the sign that what you're ingesting causing inflammation, pain. But it's so sad that I don't think my father will ever do like strict carnivore diet. But as I came back, their diets got much better. We got rid of seed oil. They focus on eating a lot of eggs and animal food, but still on the table, we have some not brown rice, some grains and some vegetables, because in Asia we eat a lot of vegetables, right? Yeah, especially in Korea, we have at least we have like fermented vegetables,
Yes.
but it has a lot of chilies in it, so it may cause inflammation, right? Yeah. It's the hardest part, convincing my parents. Yeah.
I know the feeling, man. It's very tough.